Thanks for joining us for a very special Up to Speed Live on this Monday, April 26th. Roses are red, April is gray, but in a few days, it's gonna be May. But before we get to that, Christy's back. All right, okay, we've covered both boy bands. No more boy band references, at least from me. Moving on. We're talking all things HR, of course, with our HR leader today, including updates on Work Forward and VZPulse Plus. In addition, many of you took the survey for our 1Q earnings results webcast, which entered you into our giveaway contest. We'll be announcing those winners later in the webcast, so definitely stick around for that. We've got some good stuff to give away, including a couple of iPhone 12 Pro 5G devices and much more. Before we get to that, let's say hello to our HR Hufflepuff, Miss Christy Pambianchi. It is great to have you back on Up to Speed.
Andy, it's super great to be here. So excited to be talking to the V-Teamers about everything we're doing on Work Forward and with all the stuff we have to talk about today.
I like that we're twinning. I love that. The Work Forward t-shirts are in full effect here, and hopefully 3,000 more of my Work Forward friends are rocking the shirts proudly as well, so we'll get to that. But first, as you mentioned here, you know, we've got a month marked by renewal with spring, of course. We've got those feelings, and it's great to be back. But let's talk real quick, though, before we get to Work Forward. I want to quickly call out a moving mom moment for you, Christy, that happened last week. Let's take a look at some video here when Christy's son Harry interviewed you as part of our Take Your Child to Work Day lineup last week. Harry helped us deliver the Gallup Trophy surprise last time Christy was on Up to Speed, of course. This time he interviewed you about HR, Verizon, 5G, all the big topics, and I must say, Harry is a pretty skilled interviewer. I'm going to lobby to see if Harry can maybe co-host with us sometime on Up to Speed here. But what was that like being interviewed by your son, Christy?
It was such an awesome proud mom moment, and you know, we take for granted that, you know, we're busy working all the time and it's such a big part of our lives, and every now and then our kids learn more about it. But to have Harry interviewing me and then having that shared out into the program was really super special for me, and just another example of how through COVID, you know, we found new ways to connect and bring people into our lives, and to me that's just so enriching. So it was a proud mom moment.
What I loved too was in the double box there when you're seeing you and Harry, like the pride from both of you, you know, as you're speaking. So the pride that's beaming from you as Harry's asking you the question, and the pride from Harry, of course, interviewing you. That was really cool to see, and it's something that I think all of our families should strive to find that connection with our family members, and hopefully we're all kind of feeling that pride when we talk about Verizon. So as we think about looking forward, Christy, it's clear, of course, that you know, we are completely reshaping how and where we work over this past year. What lessons are we carrying forward as we prepare for what's next?
Andy, you know, I think about the fact that we started this broadcast, you know, March a year ago, to be able to daily give people updates on what was going on with the COVID pandemic and the myriad of situations that approached us. And I can't even recount how proud we are of the amazing things we learned as a V-team and all of the innovations that our V-teamers helped bring forward to keep us able to keep our customers connected, keep our people safe. And so now, as we're thinking about what does the future hold, we want to take all those learnings and work forward and really help that catapult us down the road of our Verizon 2.0 ways of working roadmap that we had built before the COVID pandemic happened. And so I think for us, what's really extraordinary is this opportunity we have to really define what that future of work means for all of us, and think about how we might transform how, when, where we work. It also starts with rethinking the intersection of technology, people, and place, and applying all of the things that we learned from everything we've been through together over the last year, and use it to have us be even better at serving our customers and all of the other stakeholders we have, employees, society, shareholders. So for us, that's really what encapsulates Work Forward. And, you know, we're going to think about how do we manage the time we spend at a work location, maybe at a customer site, maybe out in the field, or maybe at a remote office, a Verizon office, et cetera. And those are all going to be possibilities, and we're going to be able to do them super productively.
Yeah, and I think for me, being part of the pilot has been really eye-opening, and I know Work Forward is a different experience for everyone, and that's kind of the way it's designed. But for folks who are new to this, or just, again, want a review of this, if you can, Christy, give us some of those Work Forward details. Give us a quick recap on what the future of work looks like here for Verizon.
Great. Well, we have a slide that will come up, and here I'm just going to highlight and speak about a couple of elements of the program. So as part of Work Forward, we're trying to bring together the best aspects of remote and on-site work so that we could shape a more engaging and inclusive employee experience. To inform our strategy, we didn't just sit around and make this up ourselves. We got a ton of feedback from our employees and from leaders across all of the businesses so that we could be sure that we understand the diverse needs of our team. And so here's what you see and what we're going to be piloting and what we're hoping to bring live. We're going to have 3 modes of working. We're going to have teams that are home-based. These are teams that primarily intersect with their peers and their customers entirely from their home offices. Second, we're going to have hybrid teams, and these are going to be teams that split their time from working remotely to working at a work location, whether it's a Verizon or a customer work location. And then finally, we're going to have worksite teams, and these are teams that are going to be primarily on-site at Verizon or partner locations. And then lastly, as you know, we have associates, and their work arrangements are, of course, subject to our discussions with our partners in the unions.
Fantastic, fantastic. So when we talk about, what is Work Forward, I know in a way, for a lot of us, we need to sort of kind of recalibrate the way we even think about work. So talk to us about what it means when it comes to technology and how we work and how we sort of develop these resources. Would you be able to kind of dive deeper into what folks can expect on that?
This is such a great question because it actually gets at the guts of what Work Forward is. You could see on the left of the slide here, we're sharing these 3 working models that I just described. And a lot of times people end the conversation there. But what we're doing instead is saying, okay, based on people's roles and customer support and the way we want to deliver our products, there's going to be 3 work modes. But what's really important is what are going to be the enablers to make those modes of working successful. And so that's what you see on the right-hand side of the page. And we've really captured 6 different things that are going to be key to bringing work forward, and those are the things we're testing in the pilot. So let me talk a little more about this. So on the left is the where we work, and it is really important to think about and reimagine transforming that, but based on all the things we learned. But just as important is the how. And so the things on the right begin to describe the how. What are these suite of resources that our employees and V-teamers need to be successful? And so this includes new tools to enable collaboration across teams, new technology and training so that we can strengthen and sort of level up how we work. We also need new leadership practices to help managers support their teams as well as drive efficiencies in these new models. And we also, this is something I'm super excited about, we've built a microsite, and this is going to be your one-stop shop for all things Work Forward.
Awesome. Awesome. And there's so much to really think about when it comes to that future of work. And it's something that I'm thinking about constantly. I know our teammates are as well. So when do you anticipate Work Forward to officially roll out for everyone? I do miss seeing all of our favorite V-teamers in the office. And I know it's a tiered approach, but talk to us about the timeline for that.
And Andy, I miss you too. And I'm thinking, given that boy band reference at the beginning, one of these days you're going to take that guitar off the wall and strum a few bars for the broadcast, or maybe we'll sing a song together.
I love it.
Here's the thing. We have a pilot going on right now with 50 directors and over 3,300 V-teamers. They're helping us go in and kick the tires on the microsite. We've built a scheduler tool for directors and teams to figure out their optimal working arrangements. We've got training for leaders for how to lead both a distributed team where coworkers work at different site locations, as well as remote teams, as well as on-site teams. We really want to fine-tune all of our leader skill sets. also we've built training for employees so they know what to expect. Our employees, our V-teamers, they want to thrive. And we know that one of the ways to make Work Forward really successful is have everybody have the expectations and understand. So they're testing all that content for us. So you think about it and you say, okay, so we have literally tens of thousands of employees. And so we can't just flip a light switch and say, okay, everybody jump into these new work models. These 3,300 V-teamers are really helping us iron out the kinks, tell us what's really working, what's good about the material we built, about the microsite, so that when we scale it for the rest of our V-teamers, we've really got a product set that we're really ready for prime time and that we know is going to help the V-team propel itself forward.
Yeah, and I love being a member of that pilot myself. I'm a proud pilot participant, as you can see with the shirt here, with our comms and studio team. Shout out to Team Pete. So what's the latest news from our fellow pilot participants? I know that, you know, our team, we talk about this all the time. Is this working? Is this working? How can we change it up? And a lot of times the last thing we talk about is, well, we'll add that to the survey, you know. So what have the pilot participants shared with you so far, Christy?
So one of the things we're excited about is we're getting feedback from the pilot participants and measurement on the pilot every other week. So this is our first feedback cycle, and so every 2 weeks we'll be doing this. Here's what we heard. 80% of the participants told us that they are satisfied with how they got onboarded into their Work Forward pilot. And these will be onboarding tools we use for all the V-teamers as we scale them into Work Forward. So that's great feedback. 90% of the participants report that they feel that they're very productive in the Work Forward setup, and 90% of the participants feel comfortable with their current ways of working. And so this is great insight for us. Later this week, I'm doing a Q&A with Lisa Damask, who's leading the Work Forward pilots and program for Verizon. And we're going to have a jam session with the leaders of these teams and help see what we could learn from them. And the pilot is really going to help us inform how do we take what we're doing with 3,300 people and scale it to the tens of thousands of V-teamers that are going to move into these new ways of working. And I should also note, during this pilot, we're also, in addition to the microsite and those enablers, one of the other enablers is also the real estate locations and some of the tools and technology that'll be in the physical assets of the building.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great to deliver the feedback and know that you and Lisa and the entire HR team are looking at that to sort of fine tune all of this. So, of course, a big shout out and a big thank you to the HR team. So, Christy, before we jump into our next topic, which is VZPulse Plus, I do want to, make sure that we sort of lay out the calendar here. Obviously, this will be a tiered rollout of Work Forward, but any news to share in terms of the calendar itself and how we're going to be operating here as we head into the summer as well?
So we've said that we want to remain in our current way of operating through the end of June, and we're using this quarter to do these pilots for Work Forward. And so for those of you that have optional rotating schedules on week A, B, C, or D, you would continue to operate in that construct. And for our on-site teams or our working remote call center teams, they remain on their current protocols. The other thing is we're conducting these feedback surveys so that we can use all of that feedback to inform what do we want to do post June 30th and how do we consider scaling this. And one of the concepts we have is each of these 50 teams in the pilot, again, they represent every business team that we have from all of the regions in the United States, and we have sort of arrangements with some international locations where we're beginning to set the stage for Work Forward pilots there. So we're imagining teams will graduate from Work Forward, and that's informing how Verizon leaders are thinking about scaling it across their organization. I should be back later in Q2 able to share more, Andy, as we get a little further into the pilots.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. And as you mentioned, Work Forward came from employees expressing an interest, a desire for flexibility as we come out of this pandemic more and more. VZPulse Plus, of course, is coming up, and the Pulse survey has always been a big part of making sure that that V-teamers, their voices are heard. So how can V-teamers prepare to share their thoughts on how we go from that great to fantastic mode as a company?
One of the things that I think is so exciting about Work Forward is we had a vision, and one of the core elements of Verizon 2.0 was really changing and advancing and updating ways of working. And we learned so much from the V-teamers during our COVID response, and you all have been so incredibly innovative. That is going to allow us to accelerate our achievement of that Verizon 2.0 vision of ways of working, our agile, collaborative, cross-location, and teams, all the things from Leadership Edge that all of us, internalize. So that's a big piece of what we're going to try to do. And throughout all of our Pulse surveys, we got a lot of feedback from the V-teamers. Last year we did not just a quarterly survey, but in second quarter we did 3 surveys. So in 2020 we did 6 Pulse surveys. So far this year, we've done 1 heading into our second. And all that feedback that you give us is influencing and inputting to the things we're working on. And another example, in addition to the Work Forward, you gave us a lot of feedback about what was working for you, what you really liked about the new ways of working, what you were learning in Verizon 2.0, how that got accelerated with our COVID response. So we're going to look to codify those things. Another thing we knew loud and clear from feedback was wanting to have more insight on how you can grow and develop and build your careers at Verizon. So later this quarter, we're going to be launching something called Talent GPS, and we're going to be giving the V-teamers kind of a framework for what are 10 job family groups and the kind of job families and roles within those that exist within the company. And people are going to be able to start over the next year, we're going to build out more content and capability in that, which will give V-teamers tools to think about their learning and development and career plans in a way that's really transparent. And again, something that ties to our North Star being one of the best employers in the world, and our V-teamers saying, hey, we love the company, what else can I do here? And so these are just a few examples of why we take the Pulse survey. We don't just do it so that we're aggregating data. The VLC, we really want to hear from you. It's our company, and we all have the opportunity to shape our work environment so we can be our best and we can provide the best customer support, service, and products that we can even imagine together.
It's awesome, and it's almost like in real time that you fill out the Pulse survey, and then immediately leaders will start to react and see how we can continue improving. So with that in mind, I know the graphic came up and there was a little bit of a preview there of sort of when to expect the Pulse survey, but what are the latest details for this next round of VZPulse Plus, Christy?
So VZPulse Plus, Pulse Plus, this is our supercharged survey. So once a year, 1 out of our 4 quarters, we're going to be doing the Pulse Plus. So it's going to have more questions than the other Pulse surveys. But this is really where we're able to benchmark our employee engagement against an industry best-in-class Gallup pool of hundreds of companies, 40 years of data, literally millions of data points. And it specifically goes at measuring employee engagement. There's a 12-question instrument that is embedded inside the Pulse survey, plus a few others that really help us understand, are you excited about our purpose? Do you know how your role connects to the purpose? Do you have the tools you need to thrive in your job? And more. And these things really help us understand where are we exceeding and where do we have an opportunity to create an even more engaged workforce, because we know highly engaged workforces, highly engaged employee teams have better customer engagement, have better business results. And so this is why it's so important to us. And so we are really excited. May 3rd to May 17th. We'll be constantly reminding everybody and promoting it. You've heard a lot of times from Hans. We want as high a participation rate as possible because we want to hear from everybody. Your voice matters. Your input to us matters. We read all those write-in comments. We work hard on the information that we learn from the Pulse Plus survey, and we share it out with you right away first. So when we have it, you're going to see Hans and I on a webcast reporting out those results in early June.
Excellent, excellent. And yes, we love that. That's what this show is all about. It's about engaging with our employees, and we love when we can make this a conversation, a two-way street. VZPulse Plus is certainly a part of that, making sure that your voice does matter. Again, as Christy mentioned, it's open from May 3rd to May 17th, and we need every V-teamer to participate so we can build that future. Hopefully, we'll get as close, if not to 100% participation here this time around. So last week at at the first quarter webcast, Christy, there were a few questions about vaccines, how that may or may not impact our return to office. So, Christy, what should V-Teamers know about the vaccine for COVID-19 in relation to those return to office plans?
Thanks for that question. Again, today it was great to be able to talk about it on the webcast, but I know this is really top of mind for so many of our V-Teamers around the world. And first, I just want to say I'm getting my first vaccine today at 5 o'clock. So I'm finally eligible. I've made it through the system. And
excellent.
Really looking forward to that. And my family and I will be fortunate enough to be vaccinated by the end of May with our second doses. So again, I want to make sure you know from all of us here at Verizon, we want to encourage all the V-Teamers to get vaccinated. We've also played an active role outside the company with the Ad Council helping promote vaccines because it's so critical to the world's health and for us as a society to overcome the perils that the pandemic has introduced in the world. I also want to highlight we're a leading employer in that we are providing employees, they can request up to 4 hours off for a vaccine appointment. And this is just another thing we're doing to support and encourage our V-Teamers being able to take the time to take care of themselves. We often talk about put that oxygen mask on for yourself first. And so this is really important. Also, in terms of returning to the office, the CDC, the Center for Disease Control in the United States, has not changed their guidelines yet. And so we follow the Center for Disease Control's recommended practices for the workplace. And so until they update those, our same guidelines apply with we want to wear masks, we want to remain socially distant from one another, we want to recommend hand sanitizer, frequent hand washing, and all of the other guidelines we've had the whole time through COVID. We have a return to office tool that the V-Teamers are using every day. And, you know, we are turning the corner in a lot of places. In the United States, it's estimated now that 27% of the population is fully vaccinated, and we're approaching 300 million individual doses of vaccines having been administered. And so this is very exciting, but it's not anywhere near enough levels where all of the protocols and regimen around COVID safety can be removed. And then also important to keep in mind, there's a lot of other places in the world that are experiencing uncontrolled outbreaks. And of particular note is the situation in India, where they're experiencing over 300,000 cases a day, and they're having severe hospital shortages. They're redirecting industrial uses of oxygen to go into the medical system and more. So we're supporting our V-Teamers there every way we can, and looking to obviously follow and support whatever actions the governments take to provide assistance there. And there's other examples of that. So I think it's, while we're turning the corner, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we've got all this exciting work going on Work Forward. We also have to pace ourselves with the rate at which the governments say it's safe to do so.
It's that balance that has kept us moving forward, you know, with cautious optimism, of course, and it will continue to move forward that way. And of course, our thoughts are with folks around the world who are still dealing with those concerns and those issues. And hopefully, Christy, as you mentioned, we continue to move forward in ways that that remain safe. And of course, we think about how we continue moving forward here at the office as well. So, Christy, we'll check back in with you for some final thoughts. But I thought this would be a good time for us to talk about some winners from our earnings results webcast here. So let's see. We're going to start. We mentioned that there's an iPhone 12 Pro 5G device that we'll be awarding some folks. So if you took the earnings survey, you were entered to win these prizes. So get ready, folks. If you took the survey, this is when you'll hear whether or not you won. So with that in mind, I mentioned the iPhone 12 Pro 5G, that device, and the winners are, we have Timothy McDonald from the finance team and Stephanie DeRuiter from GNNT. So congratulations, and thank you again for taking our survey after earnings. All right, so our next round of prizes, we have Verizon 2.0 store $50 gift card winners. We've got 5 winners here, and again, you can take that gift card and shop for your favorite Verizon swag there. So and the winners are for our Verizon 2.0 store $50 gift card. We have Hasib Alimullah from GNNT, David Heath on the business team, Cindy Claren, VBG, Robert Kreiser, from Consumer, and Adriana Lang from HR. So congratulations to our gift card winners. We have a few more devices to give away here. This is for the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G UW, and the winners for that prize are, I feel like I should have got a little drum set here. Michael Haven from GNNT and Terrence McInerney from the Consumer team. Congratulations to Michael and Terrence. And finally, we gave away those Gold Belly gift cards during our Oscars episode last week, and we're going to give some more cards out here. So this is a $50 gift card for Gold Belly. These are e-gift cards. Of course, you can order from restaurants around your town and enjoy a nice meal with you and your family here with those gift cards. So the 5 winners of this, and the winners are, we have Graciela Medina on the Consumer team, Lawrence Bellini from Finance, Mark Lemming from GNNT, Randy Zimler from the Consumer team, and Rich Soden from the Consumer team as well. So to our winners, thank you very much. Lots that we gave away. Of course, it was a fantastic earnings webcast. We want to congratulate all of our winners here. Thank you so much for taking the earnings survey. On behalf of our Up to Speed team, we want to thank you for tuning in, staying connected with our leaders, especially during those very important quarterly earnings webcasts. More to come, of course. Now, before we go, an upcoming event we wanted to call your attention to before we close out today's show. Over the last year, thousands of you have participated in courageous conversations with our ERGs or with your respective work teams. V-teamers, including our leaders, opened up and shared some very personal perspectives about racial bias, social injustice. They shared their own personal stories, which is incredibly hard to do. Beginning tomorrow, April 27th, our DE&I team, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, welcomes you to continue the conversation open to all employees. Now, each month we will have a designated subject, with April's topic kicking off with family conversations and diversity, equity, and inclusion. All the details on how to register will be included in today's web story. If there's a theme in all of this when it comes to conversations about DE&I, the Pulse survey, work forward, I think it's about making sure that we stay honest and authentic, not only with ourselves and each other, but with our colleagues as well. And so, Christy, as we send it over to you for some final thoughts here, we just want to thank you for providing that outlet and providing the opportunity for all of us, as you say all the time, to bring our whole selves to work. Christy, it's been great to be with you. Your final thoughts here today on this Monday.
So first, really wonderful. Congratulations to all the winners. Thanks for watching the earnings and taking our survey. Again, that's another example of something that our leaders take very seriously, and we look to improve the broadcast based on that. And then I also want to just share, I'm very excited to be back throughout the quarter to highlight what we're learning as these work forward pilots gain steam. This is now, you saw I gave you the feedback from the first 2 weeks. Now we're just starting week 4, and we'll have a lot of great more learnings to come. And then I can't wait to hear what you have to tell us in the Pulse Plus survey. And so I really just I'm really inspired and looking forward to what we'll hear and learn. And I heard a quote last week, and I wanted to just share it. And it says, no one, here's this quote, Andy, and I think it just sums the whole thing up. No one can do everything, but everyone can do something. And so that's the power of the V team. So give us your feedback, because everyone can do something, and together we can do something amazing.
I love that. And it goes right back to that purpose of ours, forward together. What a fantastic way to end the show. Christy, thank you so much for your leadership and all you do. And of course, a big shout out to our HR team as well. We've been loving the sign-offs from our V-teamers from all over the world. And as we say goodbye on this Monday and wish you a great rest of the week, we have a very special, until next time, sign-off from one of our V-teamers in Italy. Elena, take it away.
Hi, this is Elena Vergine from Ferrara, Italy, headquarters of VZRun, which has recently been rebranded in Verizon Connect. I'm standing in front of Castello Estense, one of the most famous medieval castles in Italy. Ferrara is also known as the city of the bicycle because everyone loved them here. Until next time, you're up to speed.